Grand Rising YouTube, Grand Rising. Good evening, good day, depending on where you are. I'm back in again to channel the messages that's sent to me, through me, and for me to share. Not every message that comes through is going to be a message for everyone, but there's definitely a message here for someone. This is coming in as a part 2. The previous message that I put up is already uploaded onto my channel. And it's that kind of an energy I'm picking up on right now as I go into a kind of story. Everything happens for a reason. And always follow that highest energy within you. Now, I don't usually record at that time of the rising that I did. But something said, sit down and record, so I did. That reading's uploaded now. This is a part 2, but anyway, in between the break, it's been about 4 or 5 hours since then. I had my errands to do. But if I didn't do that recording this rising, and I went out there, I would have been involved in a collision. Or at least I would have witnessed a collision. So it's like the energy of give thanks in all things. Give thanks in all things. I need to slow down, you know. I'm also picking up an energy of needing to send a message. And it's almost like an urgency kind of an energy. And that literally just come through. Because I've kind of just been sitting here and I've done a bit of a write-up in regards to this energy. Going back to this rising's message of twilight, or being in the energy of the twilight. And twilight is used to describe a distinct condition between fantasy and reality. Also described as lowest level of the ocean, the twilight zone. Also known as the mid-water, cold. And it lacks light, it dims light. Not much sunlight gets down there. Going back to the previous message, I didn't really mention this, but I'm mentioning it in this message, part 2. Again, this is definitely an energy of divine masculine energy. I've been picking up on this energy, I would say, since around the 11th or the 12th of May. And divine masculine energy, it doesn't matter the gender. You can be a female, possess masculine energy. You know, masculine also possess feminine energy. But I feel like for those who's resonating with this energy of this message, you have an inner standing of that. It's this energy of regeneration. Whatever this is for you, it's I want to say it's not being pretty. This has been the ugly side of it all. You know, you could say the good, the bad, and the ugly. Going back to a write-up that I've done on my Facebook. And a poetry actually. False identity. Now you see no 3 sides of me. Going back to the message which I recorded and haven't uploaded yesterday. I need to take off the mask. You know. And speak real honesty to yourself. After coming out of a place of entrapment, a mental entrapment, could even be a physical entrapment, imprisonment, some form of slavery. Judgment is the overall energy that's coming through. Going back to the solar eclipse message that I did. You are their judgment. As I was doing my write-up and I was looking at the zodiacs that came through, so this is a calling in all stars for Gemini, Taurus, Scorpio, Aries and Virgo. And there's a load of planetary transits that's going on, that's affecting this whole energy, which is bringing forward this energy of judgment. As I was picking up on the energy of transformation and regeneration. It's 2 different kinds of changes, let's say. There's the good, and then there's the bad, and then there's the ugly. This regeneration energy is ocean deep. Ocean deep. But I feel like this is an energy that you are committed to. This is something that you vowed to do prior to existence. Star child energy, overall energy. I was kind of guided to put the cards in numerology order. So if you go back to part 1, or if you're coming from part 1, you may notice that the numerology and the overall energy is slightly different. And I'm paying close attention to, today is the 14th, and spiritual decree is 41. Mirroring energy here. There's a mirroring energy. The only card, as I was going back to the zodiacs, that's in the upright is Taurus energy. Very much guided to say, check these zodiacs within your birth chart, within your own birth chart, and where they may be. E.g. houses. Where might you have Gemini? Where might you have Taurus? Where might you have Scorpio, Aries, Virgo? I feel like that's very significant here. I feel like this is definitely a process from, I want to say from age 1, 5, 7, 25, you know, into the year of 2024. I feel like judgment is being called. I want to say July. And the reason why I say July is because this came through in regards to the channeling of the date, which overall, day, month, and year, 16, bring it down to the 7, which is the Chariot energy. I was picking up on the energy of changes and riots, going back to part 1. It's like something is not being smooth sailing, or something's not going to be smooth sailing. But I feel like whosoever I'm connecting with has a deep knowing of this. A deep knowing of this. Going back to the links is energy, keeper or secrets. Take time out from the world and be an observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see other secrets and keep them sacred. Silence and solitude, you will find your strength. And I feel like within the pause that you may have had, I feel like an energy is either you've discovered your gifts or your gifts has been heightened. The numerology I was picking up on was 1001, 1010, so that's 1010. And the years that I was picking up on, going back to part 1, is 1978 to 1987, 1959, 1985 to 1989. Very specific now. July the 23rd, 82 may be very may be relevant. And some of the things that was coming through, which I feel may be relevant from the previous message, was speaking of the devil. Somebody may just turn up who you was literally just speaking of. Going back to declaring decree, I was hearing that constantly up until I put that message out. An imprisonment of the mind, the energy of identity. And what's the coincidence? I heard another message today in regards of entity. And yesterday I was picking up on the energy of ID, which is your abbreviation of identity. ID is your inner dimension. Entity is something that is attached to you. Going back to my poetry, mistaken identity. It's within the knowing. The healing can begin. When you know better, you do better. You can pivot on land and you can flip in the sea. Vice versa. Adaptability. 19 is another numerology that's been coming to my mind also. It's giving me the energy of Leo. It's also giving me the energy of the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, kind of an energy. Then I was looking closer into the date. And as I was looking into the date, I was guided to go back to which of these numerologies represents the major arcana in tarot. 14 is Temperance, 5 is the Hierophant. Then I was picking up on the year 24, looking at the numerology. Then I was looking at, when you add this up, it equals 16, which is the Tower. Then you break down the 16, you get the 7, which is the Chariot, which is that forward movement. Then you break down the 1, which is the magician energy, plus the 4, which is the emperor energy, powerful energy. And then I'm kind of drawn to the bottom of the deck, and you've got the strength card, Leo energy. Silver lining, you've discovered your inner gifts through your darkness, or you've enhanced your spiritual connections. You've gained knowledge and understanding from the shift that you've been through. And again, I was picking up the energy of to decree is to give an official order with power and meaning granted to you by the Most High. When you decree something, that's God's will. We're in agreement with God, the Most High, and believing it will happen. I feel this is something you may have done going back to 2015 Virgo Leo season. In Hebrew, to decree to decree means to divide, separate, and destroy. I am blessed, I am humble, until I'm not. Hashtag warning energy. We establish blessings while separating from the enemy's proposed plan to kill, steal, and destroy. Our ID, our inner dimension, our inner knowing, our inner knowledge. Where your blueprint lays, where the X marks the spot. Your heart chakra is your gateway to your soul. Your eyes, your window, which the enemy at any cost will try to block. Energy don't die, it can only transform, grow and change. Change form, shape and shift. Opportunities to learn in all things, within the good, the bad and the ugly. Now you see your 3 sides to me. Mistaken identity. What a tragedy. Understand, anyone that has misjudged you, those are the ones that the illusions and the spells and the gossip and the slander has worked against, not you, because you have understanding of self, mastering of your emotions. Regardless of however long it's taken, when it matters, is when it matters. And I just saw 1222 as I looked up. As I was writing this, I heard loud as day, you did the right thing. You didn't fight fire with fire. You remained focused. And that's their judgment. They expected you to act out irrationally. They expected you to be like them. And I'm picking up the energy of your own soul tribe, your own 5 stars, as I call them. Greed took over their energy. Is the reason why now I say, many were called, but few are chosen, and even fewer than the few. Is the reason why only the Taurus energy is standing, and the Gemini, the Scorpio, the Aries, and the Virgo is in the reverse. Integrity is the word I'm picking up on. I want to read the power of the divine masculine from the book. It says, an empowering energy seeks expression from within. It wishes to free you from confusion, paralysis, and stagnancy, stirring you into a consciously chosen action, greater discipline and focus. It's time to end the frustration of feeling like you are repeating old patterns. You are ready to break through into a new way of life. Feel inspired, be energized, and focus now on your dreams, aspirations, and desires. Take steps to manifest them on the physical plane. The divine masculine in you knows when to accept and when to say no to belief, idea, fear, habit, or even another person or situation. Within any human soul, the divine masculine energy rallies the spirit and responds in times when you may feel drained, taken advantage of, or overwhelmed by too many choices and demands. It cuts through the confusion that comes with choice, sets priorities, and refuses to be distracted or dissuaded from your life purpose. The divine masculine is of benefit when you have lost focus and clarity and need help sifting through an overabundance of thoughts, impulses of choices to find that which feels most truthful and meaningful. Let this energy clear distractions, demands, and drama from your life. Let him help discern what is best for you and give you the courage and the energy to act on it. This is a time to separate what is true from what is illusion, and freely prioritize your time and energy on what has most meaning for your spiritual path and soul healing. The divine masculine is assertive energy rising within you. Blessed be the growth, for a new divine masculine consciousness is so needed on earth for the benefit of all. The divine masculine is the spiritual light that shows you the truth without filters or veils. He does so because confirmation. He does so because you are strong enough to respond to the truth with awareness and intelligence. Divine masculine energy transcends the soul-limiting attitude of dominance that focuses on power over and instead facilitates the power to accomplish meaningful activity. The divine masculine is calling every human capable of being a leading light to cultivate and express a new consciousness. This involves respectful protection of the sacred, wise guardianship and leadership and courageous challenges of which doesn't honor the heart and soul. It overcomes procrastination and reasons why something cannot be done with simplicity. It acts again and again in accordance with the heart. Divine masculine energy within the soul empowers each leading light to lovingly assert themselves in the world, to stand up for what has meaning to the heart and fully commit to their unique and authentic journey. Acknowledge that although you are always evolving, there is no need to wait for some fantasy of perfection to manifest before you choose to believe in yourself. Do not minimize your inner divine masculine energy with thoughts that he is inadequate, lest you sabotage your creative manifestation before you even begin the process. Begin to nourish the masculine energy within yourself with belief. And as I'm hearing the horns in my background, I'm hearing celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. You did nothing wrong. You did the right thing. Love and appreciation for what it can accomplish and the kind of human being it can help you to be. Practice appreciation for the healthy expressions of masculinity around you. Where do you see people differentiating truth without judgment, but with clear discernment? If your masculine energy has been trapped in the wounds of your ancestors, he may demand perfection before believing you are worthy of love. Your inner feminine wisdom may need to guide your inner masculine so that his drive is not toward inhuman perfection, but towards setting boundaries and priorities to honor the truths of the precious human heart. Take time to get to know your own masculine energy. He is your way into the world to share your light. Learn to trust in this part of yourself and let him become strong in you. Your guide, your protector, defender. Trust when he says no and when he says you are ready for this, and encourage you to act. As you trust in him, you will be trusting yourself to be true and visible, shining your light without fear, lighting the way for others to become more fearless too. Invocation of this card reads, I call upon the unconditional loving divine masculine energy, the light and the purity of my soul purpose and spiritual destiny. In all ways, through grace, assist me to take heart-inspired action at the best time, to have the courage and self-belief to live my truths, and to be open about who I am and what has meaning for me, without fear that another may not understand or approve. I honor the strength and power within the acknowledge that for every dream the divine has placed in my heart, so to have equal measure of confidence, intelligence, strength, and aptitude being seeded in my soul. I choose to have the courage of my convictions and to journey within to find whatever I need to bring my light fully to the world. May all beings be supported in overcoming pain relating to the masculine principle, to restore, heal, love and respect him and his divine purpose in the spiritual evolution of humanity. Through my own free will, I invite unconditional love to assist with this process for all beings. So be it. And this is a kind of long intro. 2018 may be relevant, 2019 may be relevant, 2022 and 2023 may be relevant. As I look at the timer. So let's see, let's get a card in regards to this energy or soul child. I'm just reading collectively now. Shadow self. And it says denial, protecting and shame. In regards to the energy, the power of the divine masculine. I can never say this. Anarchy. And it says controlling, drama, conflict of interest. It's going back to the write-up of the divine masculine, you know, choose your battles wisely kind of an energy. What's the energy here was spiritual decree in regards to this overall energy for those that may be resonating. Mantis beings, enigma, elusive and sensitive. Bottom of the deck, and we've got the blue avians, philosophy, releasing karma and mysticism. So it reads here, the shadow self typically emerges during early childhood and progressively manifests if not integrated. The shadow self contains anything that we were taught and judged as a small child to see as inappropriate, wrong, shameful or bad, or we were punished or rejected for, etc. What we reject in ourselves is rejected back onto us. These conditions may have been passed on to us through our families, our schools, our communities, our culture, etc. The denial of these aspects we do not like or accept in ourselves forces those archetype aspects of self to be repressed. It wanders, not fully conscious, to the self, projecting and overreacting onto others what they deny in themselves. What they deny in themselves. A basic example of this could be if you angrily overreact towards another who is sincerely sad, it is highly probable you have denied and repressed your own sadness. Facing and owning our shadow self aspects can be challenging, even painfully, so initially, and requires self-awareness, humility, and accountability, while also forgiving ourselves. Shadow work is a true test of self-love. True core healing always contains huge elements of shadow work. Card meaning, denial, repressed, fragmented, triggers, shame, self-loathing, projecting, childhood wounds, overreacting, dark nights of the soul, and addictions. In the reverse, healing, integration, becoming whole, and self-awareness. And then as I go to card number 5, I'm only going to read a small part of it. But it says the original, I can't pronounce it, Anunnaki on earth were giant Nephilim in size, standing beyond 12 feet tall. The last inbreeding has bred out the pure bloodlines on earth. The original ones varied in skin color from very dark to fair and were said to be able to crossbreed with alpha draconians and reptilian beings. Ancient Sumerian clay tablets reveal documentation dating back to the 24th century There's something around this energy of 24th century, the year 2024. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to read. It was card number 12. The Mantis Beings. Some consider the Mantis Beings to be one of the most mysterious. It is said that they originated from the Virgo constellation in the Siberian galaxy, some 29 million light years from Earth. Certain factions also reside in the Draco can't say the word now, constellation. Mantis beings standing up to 10 feet tall with additional joints on their long spiny limbs. They have a body that ranges in colors from greens to browns to blacks. Their necks and arms and hands have additional joints, and they are in appearance similar to Earth's praying mantis. They have sometimes been associated with abduction, contactee, phenomenon, I can't say these words, and reports claims they have an oily covering substance on their body for reasons that still speculative. It says ancient Egyptian, Aboriginal and African mythologies make reference to these beings. Reports say that the mantis beings' culture reverses the matriarchal social structure, and that they honor subtle feminine receptive frequencies to maintain a heightened tuned in awareness. They are masters of sound and color vibrations, both in healing presence and in the maintaining an altered state of higher consciousness. These essential practices are also carried through the mantis beings' cultural ceremonies to maintain a highly evolved civilization. They are telepathic, and like the blue Avarians, which is at the bottom of the deck, have a highly sophisticated sentient or force field technology for interdimensional time travel. Some say they are the silent overlords that monitor and observe the cosmic species progress. And this is new information. It's the reason why for the past few days now I keep hearing to myself a word from the wise, or a word from the wise to the wise. You know? Unknown information. Blue Avarians, ETs, were bird-like features, with bird-like features. The origins are unclear. Encounter reports claim they are now from another multiverse, through originated from our local star clusters. Blue Avarians have some resemblance to the offshoot of Lyran, Lyran, genetic lineage known as bird people. The Blue Avarian are sixth to the ninth destiny, dimensional, tall, with slender body frames. They are covered in soft blemishes to indigo feather down. They have a cool, calm, diplomatic nature with a profound and intelligent understanding, philosophical and metaphysical. They are well versed on the law of one material Egyptian sunbird god Ra. They are remarkable time-traveling explorers using orbs, teleportation and technology. Blue Avarians have been referred in many ancient mythical documentation, including Egyptian, Hindu, Babylonian literature. The Blue Avarian archetype coincides with history labels angels, and are known as the ancient builder race, the architects of the quadrant of the universe. The Blue Avarians' mission is largely to protect all of life and assist in the development of human ascension, inner work, philosophy, mysticism, mysticism, ascension, divine masculine, self-discovery, intellect, study, education, diplomatic, and science. In the reverse, out of focus, ignorant, messiah complex, information overload, karma, non-qualified, and mainstream. I needed a bit of a pause, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull these self-healing cards for each zodiac, and I'm going to end this message here. I've done a lot of reading, so my voice, my throat chakra needs a bit of a break, but I will be back, and I will just pull just straight to the point messages. But what I'm picking up on so far in regards to these energies of shadow self, it's a projection, like the cards state, it's a projection. And for those who projected towards you, I feel like it's going to be facing some form of judgment, you know. I just keep hearing you did the right thing. So let's see, let's get a card in regards to this energy for the sign of Gemini. Why is the energy of Gemini here? I'm definitely reading for masculine energy, and I picked up on this yesterday in the message that I've recorded, which I haven't uploaded. And we've got letting go. Something needs to fall away, and it's going back again to the energy of the shadow. Can't pick it up now. You know, I'm seeing a lot of shadow behind there. It's giving me the energy. It was around 6 days ago, and I was picking up on the energy of Pennsylvania. I know nothing about Pennsylvania or where it is located in the US. I just woke up, and as I looked out my window, I just had that eerie feeling, you know, and it brought me back to a horror movie that we used to have in the 80s. I think it was a Dracula movie. Alfred Hitchcock, I believe. I can't remember, but anyway, it brought me back to that Pennsylvania energy. And then as I was on my my phone yesterday, I saw a notification pop up, and there was a tornado. You know. So anyway, let's see for the sign of Taurus. Entrapment, card number 34. Falling over on the energy of judgment. Now we're going into the sign of, can't remember who was there, Scorpio. And it's dreams in the reverse. It's like dreams coming true. Something is coming to pass, and I pay attention to that dreams is in the reverse. Aries. Again in the reverse. How teachable are you? Straight over on spiritual decree. For the sign of Virgo. I'm hearing if you live and you learn. I'm also hearing if who don't hear must feel. Rejection for the sign of Virgo. Confirmation. Let's see, what's this energy of judgment here? Take your mask off. This is a repeating card for the message that I put up yesterday, which I said I haven't uploaded. Alchemy's at the bottom of the deck. What's behind alchemy? Temptation. Unleash your creativity. I'm just picking up the energy again. You did the right thing. You didn't stoop low. It's that kind of an energy is what I'm picking up on here. But again, like I said, I'm going to end the message here. And if the messages have been resonating with you in some way, shape or form, subscribe, like, share, comment, and tune into the next message where we go a bit deeper into this energy, because I feel like there's a lot more to be revealed from this energy. There's definitely an energy of needing to let go of the past, understanding that this is a journey that you chose, confirmation. This is the path that your soul knew you was going to walk and knew you was going to walk alone. Those who was supposed to walk with you was meant to be brought to your awareness, but was never meant to come with you. Because if they're so easily fooled, you know, the Most High sent you out in the wilderness to allow the weak to fall away from the strong. Kind of an energy is what I'm picking up on here. Those who you're meant to come into contact with, you will, you know. But I'm picking up on an energy, but for now, you know, but for now, you're not alone. Although you may feel like you're alone, in the physical, you're not alone. There's an energy, a need to allow your divine masculine energy to rise or continue to rise.